My name's Geanna Bent. I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes April 24th, 2004. I'm 15 years old. I don't really remember the day I was diagnosed. I remember going into the doctor's office and they giving me a surprised look because I was the first diabetic in my family. There's diabetics in my family, but they're not blood related to me. I do remember that they didn't feed me the time I was there, like actual food. And so I told the nurse I was hungry one day, and she offered me some chips. And I told her, yes, please, but she came back with a cup of ice, and I wasn't very happy with that because I actually wanted chips. But I got back to her the next day. The little button they gave us, the red button to push, I had pressed it, and she came up to me and asked me if I'd press the button. And I told her no, so she just went to the next person since I was in a big room that was divided by curtains. And she went around asking everybody if they had pressed the button. And when she got back to me, she had this look of hatred, or she couldn't say anything because you can't be mean to people that are in the hospital. That's just not nice. And after I gotten out the hospital, I don't remember everything that had happened. I do remember that I started to learn how to check my own blood sugar and give myself shots. And I learned what was good. I started learning to carb count. And I do remember the first day I got my pump. I was with Miss Lee and my parents. Miss Lee was showing them how to put the site in. My dad had put the site in my stomach because my mom was too afraid to. I remember when I got home, I don't remember what I was doing, but somehow my tube had ended up in my mouth, and I chewed on it, and my mom caught me, and she said that we had to change it again, and I threw a temper tantrum. I was not very happy because it hurt the first time. But I hit a bumpy patch when I started to do sports. It was harder for me to find that level and what I had to do during practices and games. During soccer games, I was able to keep my pump on, but we had it on a basal, so I would beep occasionally, and I would see other people on the other team kind of back away slowly because I randomly started beeping during the middle of the game. I started to get used to controlling my blood sugar with sports. I learned how to take care of myself. I became more independent with my pump. I really enjoyed my pump because that meant I got to eat more and I didn't have to wait for my mom and dad to show up so they could count my carbs and give me insulin. When I started to go to school, it got a little harder for me to stay focused and remember to check my blood sugar because it was all exciting and you really didn't want to stop and wait to go to recess or lunch. And as my whole life has been based off diabetes, it kind of felt like I was born at the age of 5 because the life I got when I was diagnosed is the only life I've ever known. So when people ask me if I remember what it was like when I was little, I tell them no. I've had a lot of people ask me if they found a cure, would I get it? And my answer is always no, because diabetes is a part of me. It makes me who I am. It made me stronger, more mature, cautious. I get to try new things through the ADA. I get to do things I normally wouldn't have been able to do. I see things that I normally don't see. My eyes are opened to new knowledge that other kids my age wouldn't see. I'm now part of the Team Red. I'm a Red Rider. It's kind of getting harder as I get older with diabetes because it gets annoying, and at times there's when you really hate it and you just want it gone, but you can't really do anything about it. All you have to do is learn how to be stronger and push through it because now it's a part of you. When people ask me if I met somebody who had recently gotten diabetes, how would I talk to them? And I don't know what to say to them because I've had it for so long. There's no nice, perfect, you're gonna be perfectly fine, because we all have bumpy patches and we don't know how to control it until we're well past 20 years of having it. So I've just learned how to control it, live with it, and the ADA helps a lot with that.